Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner, and this is my Esoterica. Today we're back with another timeless reading, this time for our Scorpios. So hello, my beautiful Scorpios. I hope you are all doing well. This is going to be a timeless reading all about whatever spirit wants you to hear right now, whatever you need to hear right now. So Spirit led me to the Mindscapes Tarot for you guys today. So we're going to do a few cuts of the deck, see what's going on at the heart of the situation for you guys, and then we'll pull some cards and yeah, we'll see what's going on. So thank you, Spirit. Can we get some insight into what's going on for our Scorpios? On the bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Stones. This is the Four of Pentacles in this deck. So there may be a person or a situation that you're having trouble letting go of. For some of you, you could also be having like financial troubles or trying to stay on top of your finances in that way. But let's see what else we have for our Scorpios. Ooh, and we have the Four of Tides as well. This is the Four of Cups. So 2 4s already in your energy, Scorpio. So I feel like you guys are very focused on trying to find stability for yourselves right now. With the Four of Cups, this is all about kind of like focusing on all of the things that aren't working out. Like you could be feeling really frustrated or like maybe taken advantage of in some way. Or just like your mind is sort of in like, again, a little bit of a lower vibrational place. Like your mind is kind of preoccupied on all of the ways things aren't working out, and it might be blocking you from blessings or opportunities that the universe is trying to bring your way. But what else do we have, Spirit, for our Scorpios? We have the King of Tides, which is the King of Cups. So this could be representative of you, just trying to stay on top of and in control of your feelings and your emotions. This could also be somebody that you are connected to that maybe you are kind of frustrated with. They could be a water sign as well, but they don't have to be. But this could be somebody that you're connected to who maybe is a little bit emotionally unavailable, or you could see them as like a little bit manipulative. These are the shadow aspects of the King of Cups. But I feel like if this is about a love situation, and I'm not trying to focus on love necessarily for this round of readings, but I'll talk about it if it comes out, of course. But the King of Cups is the highest form of love that there is. So I feel like you do have a lot of love for this person if this is resonating as a love reading. And you could just be having trouble trying to let them go. You could still be holding on to them. Let's do one more cut and then we'll dive into the reading. So thank you, Spirit. What else is going on for our Scorpios? The Six of Tides, the Six of Cups. So a lot of cups, a lot of water energy, which makes sense because you're a water sign, but I feel like you guys are just very much in your feelings right now, Scorpios. With the Six of Tides, this is all about kind of like a soulmate connection or somebody that you feel like a soul bond with. It could also be reflective of like your childhood wounds. This connection could have triggered like some internal wounding that maybe you've been carrying around with you. And then the other thing is, I feel like if this is about a person, that there was a lot of good energy between you. Like there were good times had between you, and you could be kind of feeling lost in nostalgia a little bit over those good times, and that could be kind of what you're dwelling on. But okay, let's go ahead and start diving into this reading and see what wants to come out for you guys. So thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for our Scorpios when it comes to this situation for our Scorpios? We have the Page of Stones. So this is the energy of wanting to invest in something. I feel like there was some sort of opportunity here. It could have been for a relationship. It could also be like a creative venture, 444 on my timer, that you guys are interested in working on or that you're trying to build up in some way. But if this is about a relationship, I feel like you saw an opportunity to invest in something for the long term with this person. and you were really excited about wanting to invest. Yeah, clarified by the King of Cups on the bottom still. This is probably about this person that you wanted to invest in. I feel like you saw a lot of potential with them. But yeah, with the pages too, there is a sense of a little bit of immaturity. So the person you're dealing with could be younger than you in some way, or just in some ways a little bit more immature than you. But we'll clarify a little bit later. Let's pull a couple more cards and see what else is going on. So thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for our Scorpios? What's been going on for them, Spirit, when it comes to this situation? The Seven of Branches. This is the Seven of Wands, and this is coming up at the heart of your spread. So the Seven of Wands is all about boundaries, needing to have stronger boundaries for yourself. It's also about kind of feeling like you're kind of fighting to hold on to your position in some way. You could have felt like there was competition as well for this person's attention or affections. But yeah, at the center of your spread here, I feel like this is primarily about boundaries, or like, again, kind of like feeling like, you know, you're just constantly fighting to kind of keep this connection alive or the situation alive. All right, one more card. What else do we have, Spirit, for our Scorpios? The Ace of Tides. This is the Ace of Cups. So there is some sort of new emotional beginning here, or an opportunity. It could be about like self-healing as well. But there is some sort of emotional renewal happening in your energy as well. This King of Tides has not left the bottom of this deck. And then the Four of Stones, the Four of Pentacles is still here too. So definitely I feel like this collective is holding on to a person or a situation. Again, I feel like there was like feelings here with that Six of Cups. And yeah, I feel like something clearly something happened. We'll get into the details a little bit more in a second, but whatever happened, I feel like now you have your boundaries up against this person. Maybe you're wanting to have a new emotional beginning with them, but you're feeling guarded towards them for whatever reason. But okay, let's go ahead and start clarifying the cards. So we'll start with this Page of Pentacles energy. So thank you, Spirit. Can we clarify this Page of Pentacles energy for our Scorpios? What's going on with this energy? This Page of Stones, this Page of Pentacles. Ooh, two cards popped out. We got the Sun and Justice, which is interesting. So with the Sun here, I feel like, you know, you definitely saw this person or this opportunity as like something that could make you really happy, because the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. Coming out with Justice as well, though, it's almost like, and then we have the King of Tides still on the bottom. Interesting. The Sun is also all about clarity, right? And Justice is typically about fairness, balance, karma as well, like retribution sometimes. Let me get one more clarifier for this. Can we get one more clarifier for this, please, Spirit? What is this about? The King of Swords. So we have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. So I feel like this is definitely, you know, you're connected to somebody here, somebody who may have been a little bit emotionally unavailable, somebody who was very logical in their thinking. I think, again, like, you did really see an opportunity to invest in this person, maybe because they made you happy and maybe you saw them as somebody who was really fair and just and accountable. And that's why you're like, okay, well, then I'm excited to pursue this situation or this relationship and see what comes of it. But in the shadow aspects of the King of Swords, he can be sort of dishonest, and not accountable for his actions, and kind of has like muddied thinking or isn't able to see both sides of the situation. Could also be very controlling or just like just not a great leader, not someone you'd want to have in your corner, right? With the Sun, there could have been some sort of clarity that happened as well. Maybe something that sort of revealed exactly how immature this person was. Maybe they weren't able to really like meet you on your level in terms of the amount of investment they were able to give to this situation. And maybe you feel like they owe you some sort of accountability, or they were avoiding taking some sort of accountability in this. Um, and maybe you're starting to have clarity around just how kind of unfair the situation was. Maybe you're starting to see kind of both sides of the situation now, and you're embodying your own kind of King of Swords energy, 1144 on my timer. And so now, like, you are demanding accountability from other people and, you know, not letting people approach you unless their intentions are clear. So even if they're interested in you, but if they're not able to actually like back up their, like, walk their talk, right? Then it seems like maybe you're starting to have your boundaries up more against those types of people or that type of energy. So, like, you're having more discernment now around what you let into your energy because you're having this clarity and you're understanding, like, what fairness is and what reciprocity looks like. And maybe this person wasn't able to give you that, or this situation wasn't able to give you that. Okay, I feel like that's about as much sense as I can make of those ones. Okay, let's clarify the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Branches. Again, this sort of energy of like fighting to hold your ground, not wanting to give up your position, um, but also like it can be exhausting to feel like you have to continually fight. Like there's no respite, right? So let's see. Let's clarify the Seven of Wands energy, please, Spirit, for our Scorpios. The Seven of Wands energy. What is the Seven of Wands energy about? The Magician. So it's certainly about taking your power back, Scorpios, and again, having these stronger boundaries for yourself, not being fooled by like illusions, um, like taking your willpower back in a sense. Um, okay, so yeah, I feel like asserting stronger boundaries is something you can do to help you reclaim your power from this situation. If this person was acting unfairly or not being accountable for their actions. I do feel like you started to see the truth of it though with the Sun here. All right, one more for this middle row because 1414 on my timer, I just saw it. Because again, the Seven of Wands is at the heart of your spread, at the heart of the situation. So it's like Spirit is telling you in some way, shape, or form that you need to like stand up for yourself more. But let's get one more. One more clarifier, please, for this middle energy. That one fell into the ground. The Moon. So the Moon is about a few things. Again, it is about lies and illusions, in a sense, like not being able to see things clearly. It's interesting because you have the sun and the moon in this reading. So divine masculine, divine feminine energy. You could resonate with that. You could resonate with twin flames or divine counterparts, soul contracts, however that hits for you. But the moon is also about intuition, and it's about learning to trust your intuition. Excuse me, confirmation verbs. And clarified by the King of Wands underneath, it feels like maybe this person was moving and sort of like they have, I'm not gendering anybody. They have like a sort of wandering eye. The King of Wands and his shadow self can come across as a player. So maybe this person was doing move 1555, making moves in secret, or like moving in silence in other ways that you weren't aware of. That maybe it came to light with the sun. But yeah, it seems like, the heart of your situation is kind of reclaiming your power, seeing through lies and illusions. Maybe your intuition was trying to tell you something was up before you even saw the proof in the 3D. Scorpios, you guys know, you and, all the water signs are naturally very intuitive, very in touch with the unconscious realms, the cosmos. So it's very likely that your intuition was already sending you signals about this before, again, you saw the proof in real life. But I do get the sense that, again, this was revealed to you, like it became clearer to you what the truth of this situation was. And I feel like now, with this Ace of Cups, you're very focused on having an emotional renewal for yourself. And just trying to focus now on your own healing and things like that. But we'll clarify and we'll find out. So thank you, Spirit. Now, can we clarify this Ace of Cups energy for our Scorpios? What is this Ace of Cups energy about? This Ace of Cups energy. We have the Six of Cups again, and you remember this came up earlier. So it seems like there is some sort, again, okay, so it could be you guys are having some new awareness, emotional awareness around your childhood woundings and how they were triggered in this connection, and the work you can do on yourself to help kind of like reparent that inner child a little bit. It could also point to some sort of renewal in this situation. Whether you want that or not, that's up to you. But I'm seeing it, so I'm going to say it. That's what the cards are giving me. And we'll know a little bit more when we get this final clarifier. But I'm trying to think of anything else that the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups can be together. Because the Ace of Cups is all about renewal, right? New emotional perspectives. Six of Cups is all about nostalgia. It's all about remembering the good times and kind of like living in these sepia toned memories. And sometimes that can be a good thing, and sometimes it's not so much a good thing. Let's get one more clarifier. With the King of Wands still underneath, I see this now as your energy and how you're kind of taking control of your childhood woundings, if that is how this is resonating, and like very curious about driving your energy towards this healing, this new emotional beginning. One more clarifier. Thank you, Spirit. One more clarifier, please, for our Scorpios. The Emperor. So divine masculine energy, again, a lot of divine masculine energy has been popping up in this reading. We've seen so many kings, but no queens, interestingly enough. So you could be embodying your own divine masculine energy at this time as well, Scorpio. Remember, we all have both masculine and feminine energies within all of us. It just depends on which one is more dominant in your energy, and any body can be any sort of dominant in terms of masculine or feminine polarity. But it does seem like, with the Emperor, you are taking control of this situation. Like, you are taking control, taking the reins of your own healing in a sense. But it does also strongly point to some sort of renewal with perhaps this person that you're connected to, because they're also thinking about you. And if you've been focusing on yourself and doing the healing work, and you do resonate with twin flames and divine counterparts and all of that stuff, then your healing, when you actually do the work to clear out your traumas, the person you're connected to is like that red thread bond. Like, by pulling yourself up, you're pulling them up with you. So it could be that, as a result of all the work that you've been doing, you're stepping into your masculine energy, you're having stronger boundaries for yourself, you're seeing everything as it truly is, not for how you wish it was. You might have a lot of love for this person, but you're not going to let yourself be fooled by appearances or by just feelings. If this person isn't showing up for you in the way that you really need, all of that is very high vibrational. Like, you only get to that point through doing intense shadow work. So if you've been doing that work, if you've been taking your power back, if you've been having stronger boundaries, if you've been getting more in touch with your intuition, clocking the synchronicities, clocking the signs, then it is very likely that this person is feeling drawn back into your energy. If they're trying to come back as the Emperor, they have done some work as well. Again, that reflects your work, your healing. And we'll see when we're going to look at what's coming next in a little bit. But yeah, it does seem like somebody wants to come back in. They've been missing you. They want to take control of the situation. Did I just say that? And they want to have a new emotional beginning with you. But you might be guarded towards them, and maybe it's for good reason. Again, if something came to light, how they were maybe treating you unfairly, then, again, you trust your intuition when it comes to this. If you feel like this person has done some work and you want to give them another chance and see how it goes, that is your prerogative. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of guidance so you can make the best choice for you, okay? But yeah, it does seem like there is some sort of renewal. I think you are, again, all those things I said about you taking control of your own woundings and taking charge of your own healing, I still think that is very 23 on my timer. I still think that is very apt and accurate to what is going on for you guys. But again, all of that work, all of that healing is going to be reflected in that other person, and they're not going to be able to help but feel drawn to you. So just be aware that there may be some sort of new emotional beginning. If it's not for you, then it will be with this person. But I don't think, if you're not having this renewal for yourself, that you're going to have it with this other person. So I think this is primarily your renewal, not necessarily about that other person. But the energy is going to energy. So I said what I said, and I meant it. But okay, let's get a piece of advice for you, and then we'll look at what's coming next. So thank you, Spirit. Can we get a piece of advice for our beautiful Scorpios? A piece of advice for them when it comes to this situation. The World. So this is the ending of cycles, the closing of chapters. I feel like you're ready to level up. Like, you're ready to kind of, again, close out this cycle. I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons from this situation. Some of them may have been very painful. 2444. With the moon, it's like you have had to confront your shadows. But with the world as your advice, you know, Spirit is telling you to like leave the past behind you and leave everything that, you know, got you here. Like use all of that as a learning experience. So you're ready to kind of step into your next chapter, kind of already, what's the word? Like prepared, for lack of a better one. Like you're as prepared as you can be to embark on this new chapter, a wiser person, a more awakened and aware person. And, you know, again, it's sort of like closing out, like kind of like, again, completing the ego death a little bit. If you've been doing a lot of this hard healing work, it's likely you shedded some older layers of yourself that you were using to protect yourself, right? I think Spirit's saying it's time to leave that older version of you behind. It's time to leave the older version of the situation behind. And if this person is coming back, but they're not coming back as an emperor. If they're coming back as a page, then you know that the time is still not right, and you need to continue to focus on yourself and your own healing and your own growth. You know, everything that I think you're doing already. But yeah, let the cycles end, let things close out, graduate, you know, step through. I'm seeing like the OG artwork where there's like a wreath and the figure is about to, it looks like they're about to go through it, and that's supposed to represent rebirth. So let yourself go through this rebirth because you've learned so many things to help get you here. Like this is the last sort of step for you, Scorpio. So yeah, close out this chapter. End the loop, end the cycle. Be discerning with your time and your energy and what you invest in. Okay, so what is coming next for our beautiful Scorpios? What is coming next, please, Spirit, for our Scorpios? The High Priestess. You already know what's coming next, is what I'm getting with this. You have the High Priestess and the Moon. The High Priestess is intuitive knowing. It is, you know, she doesn't have to ask any questions because she already knows the answer. So I'm very much inclined to believe that you kind of already know what's going to happen next, Scorpio. I will clarify it to see if we can get any more insight into this. But I think just continue to trust your intuition, continue to trust your higher self, continue to trust the flow of things, trust the synchronicities you're seeing. Trust that you're on the right path and that Spirit is not going to do you wrong. But let us try to get one more clarifier. What is this High Priestess energy about, Spirit? For what's coming next for our Scorpios? What's this High Priestess? The Five of Spires, the Five of Swords. So you could intuitively feel that there is conflict on the horizon, Scorpio. The Five of Swords is all about arguments. It's all about like the clashing of egos. It can also be self-sabotage in some way. But it definitely gives fighting. It definitely gives arguments. So you could feel that there is some sort of conflict on the horizon for you when it comes to this situation. And you're just kind of waiting for that other shoe to drop a little bit is what I'm getting. And with the Two of Wands and the Three of Pentacles underneath, Two of Wands is all about planning your next move. It's about, you know, figuring out like, should I stay or should I go? You know, do I stay where I'm comfortable or do I try to kind of branch out, step out of my comfort zone and kind of expand my horizons, my understanding of the world. With the Three of Pentacles, you know, this is all about building. This is all about coming together. So I feel like somebody is trying to figure out how to come towards you. I feel like if it is this other person, maybe you've been in conflict with them, maybe you are in some sort of separation, and maybe they want to come back into your energy, and maybe you can feel that intuitively, and you can feel, but you're having your guard up, you're having your boundaries up, and you know that, you know, it's not like you're going to make it easy for them to come back into your energy if they've done you dirty in the past, right? If they owe you justice, if they owe you accountability. But I do feel like somebody does want to come together. I feel like you've pulled your energy back, you know, you're starting to see things from a different perspective. And so, yeah, I feel like you're not going to be so apt to just welcome this person back into your energy, because again, you're not in the business of repeating cycles anymore. You've done this hard work. You've taken your power back. You're standing in your own divine masculine energy and saying, like, no more. Like, I know my worth, I know my value, and if you can't meet me here, then this is where it stops. So good for you, Scorpios. Just close out the cycle again. Let things end. Let sleeping things lie. I don't know what the saying is. Let sleeping babies lie. Anyway. All right, my friends. I'm going to go ahead and leave your reading here. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, I would really appreciate it if you would consider liking and commenting and subscribing. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how this message resonated with you. And yeah, I'm trying to grow my little YouTube community, and if this message resonated with you, it's likely that future messages will also resonate for you. So yeah, that's my little call to action. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, my beautiful friends, and we will see you in the next one, okay? All right. Take care.